apologize in advance. I lost my voice 3 days ago.
How did you lose your voice, Larry?
I have a cold.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't run away, unfortunately. All right, so let's keep trying. Because if we don't have slides, this will totally suck. You have an iPad, really? How much does it suck?
Can't be sucking any worse than this.
I suppose it cannot be sucking any worse. Oh. So are we, yeah, really? Okay, are we ready for snow? Yeah, who's actually going to leave the hotel? You guys are nuts. Sledding. Shmoocon snowball fight? White hat versus black hat. Shmoocon cannon versus not.
Oh,
Pirates versus ninjas.
pirates.
Ninjas.
Vikings versus aliens.
Ooh. Ooh. I'll take the Trojans for 200, Alex. All right, now Mick will do interpretive dance. Dun, 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 dun.
What does a packet even dance like?
In and out through the ether, my friend.
Yeah, we're working.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wait, what? You guys can't see the slides? Really? Oh. You know what? That's might be what we resort to. Call it. Hello, IT. Yes. Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
And we already did try that.
Yes. Yes, we did reboot. 7. It's not going to help. It's in Keynote.
The other thing is we're not even getting a feed.
That sounds like a good idea.
Hold on a sec. Put it onto this.
Hang on, this one's go get it. Just
No. I've got
Yeah.
in my room.
here we go.
Whoa!
Unfortunately, people over there. Gonna have to come over
Squint.
here.
Squint. Sorry about your luck. Ted, you are a god, my friend. Yes, you waited for that. Okay.
We're working on it.
You've got that game? That's awesome. All right. We're going to try one more. Oh. So you guys have heard the joke. He's not called Tiger Woods anymore, right? He's Cheetah Woods. Ba-dum, boom, I'm here all weekend, folks. Don't forget to try the veal. All right, one more. And all right, we got one. All right. Hi, I'm Larry.
And I'm Mick.
And we're for Paul.com Security Weekly. We have a booth over in the corner. If you want to come see us after this, you know where to find us. Okay, we'll make that short and sweet. All right, so what does this talk about? We did some preliminary research into looking at Gnutella peer-to-peer file sharing networks for some penetration testing stuff. We want to see if there's anything still good out there. How is our user education working as far as educating folks what they should be sharing? And well, pirating music and so forth is bad, right? Okay. And really, what it comes down to, how stupid and uneducated are people? What we found out that it's actually cleaner than clubbing baby seals. Expect the groan here. All right. So why is stealing an identity via peer-to-peer file sharing networks easy, like clubbing baby seals? It's easy, and we'll show you how. You only need a little patience and a little sneakiness. You get quick results, and well, it's legal, maybe not so much anymore for clubbing baby seals, but it's morally yet ethically dubious. Okay? Mick?
I'm not dead yet.
So yes, Nutella is still around. People still use the stuff, but from our opinion, the usage appears to be a little bit down, but it's still high enough to warrant some attention. And
I feel happy.
I'll get better. The ratio of clueful users, is it dwindling? Well, maybe. All right, so we had some inspiration for why we want to do this. The Joint Strike Force Fighter information release, the old seewhatyoushare.com project. Guys trolled peer-to-peer file sharing networks to see what people were sharing. And, well, some continued stories about peer-to-peer exfiltration stuff on peer-to-peer networks. Brian Krebs from the Washington Post, when he was still there, talked about some stuff for missile silo locations and Michelle Obama's safe house locations and plans being leaked via peer-to-peer file sharing network. We wanted to see what we could find. Okay. Hence our, now we have a love for lolcats. We used a bunch of search terms. We wanted to find evil and or common sense file names, some specific document extensions such as Quicken files, ouch, all the combinations of the above. We found that some of this stuff really returned way too much crap, so we started to get a little bit creative, and some of the stuff just didn't return anything at all because we were being way too specific. So we had some great opportunity to get real creative. Okay, here is some of the stuff we searched for. Okay, slides will be online later. I'll leave the slide here for a minute. You know, some of the extensions were really great. The file names actually returned a bunch of stuff, and we'll show you some of the stuff we found. Okay, so what was next? We really want to keep doing this in an automated fashion because, well, we launch the search, and, well, the search happens, and then it goes away. We wanted to build some better search criteria so we could update this as time goes on. Folks give us some advice as to things to search for. Eventually, we wanted to be able to limit this to appropriate IP ranges so we could filter the results that come back to us from client networks for pen test, see who's sharing files out of their corporate networks, and we'll have some more on this. Okay, how about peer-to-peer next generation? Mick, you want me to hit this for you? Sure. Okay, so the MPA and the RIA are driving peer-to-peer networks underground. You know, they clearly don't want us sharing movies and music and all sorts of good stuff on these networks. So some of these next-gen peer-to-peer stuff will have encrypted traffic. Great, makes it hard for us to sniff, but let's participate. Well, in order to participate, you sort of have to become a member. And, well, you have to share stuff before you can download. So the anti-leech features are going to exacerbate the problem of people oversharing stuff on their drives. So instead of just sharing my documents, they'll share the entire root of C. Thank you. Okay. So now you start sharing the root of your C in these new networks. Let's talk about what we found. Aside from music, movies, TV shows, and porn. Lots and lots of porn. No, we did not find any kiddie porn. Okay. Okay, we did find a whole shit ton of malware. We knew that was going to be out there, but it was just ridiculous how much. Oh yeah, so everything we searched for, we had an answer for. So Paul.com Security Weekly, Mick Gets Naked, live at the Met.mp3.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen. So, all right. We got suspicious files, downloaded them, and hey, well, they all had a setup.exe. Cool. All right. So we sent them to VirusTotal. And which antivirus product do you think you don't want to use? This might be a little hard to read, but 35 out of the 36 engines picked up viruses on this stuff. I will lodge my complaints with Dr. Webb. Don't use it. Okay, without further ado, let's talk about what we found. We'll work our way up from fail to epic fail. Okay, some miscellaneous good stuff. How about the event schedule for the 2008 cheerleading worlds? Yeah, right? Well, not only that, it included all the names, all their flight information, and emergency contact info via cell phone. Sweet. Anybody want to call a cheerleader? And flight information, who they're getting rides with. Yeah, you said ride. All right, how about last will and testaments? I feel sorry for this woman's kids because they're getting a box full of photos.
And a sewing machine.
And a sewing machine. How about retirement needs? Feel sorry for this poor couple because if they want to retire by the age of 71 and they only can spend 5% of their funds for retirement, they need to save $2,837 a month to retire. I don't make that much in a month. Hell with the retirement. Get a different job. Thank you. Anybody hiring? Okay, so now we have a seal with his nice white belly turned up for us. Thank you. Oh, how about some taxpayer identification numbers? We're gonna move fast. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is it all blurry? Yeah, you should get your eyes checked. Okay. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of taxpayer identification numbers. Okay, we get better. Now we're playing video games, right? Baby Seal Hunt from Nintendo. Okay. How about TurboTax tax returns? Ugh. Okay, this family made $392,323 in 2008.
And used TurboTax.
Tax. And we have their name, address, social security numbers, and of their dependents, and where the check was being deposited, bank account number and routing number.
For the win!
He shoots, he scores. Not once, but twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6. This is not hunting, is it? Okay. Yeah, all right, we only got 1. 6790. Anybody know where that is? Live Flock. Yeah. Okay, now we're playing video games, right? Visitation visas? Sure, we got the whole family. Collect them all, trade them with your friends. This isn't hunting anymore. Okay, how about IDs and licenses? Yep, we got those too. So you notice in the bottom right, we didn't blur out this guy's middle name because the dude's name is Raunchy. Poor bastard. Yeah, we got some more. Oh, she's kind of hot. Okay. Underage ID cards from Hawaii. And anybody want a PI? In Vegas. Social engineering at DEF CON. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. Passports, anyone? Yep, we got the whole damn family again. Yeah, that one's kind of lame, but hey, it's a passport. All right, we got some more. And hey, Paris Hilton. Yeah, it already got leaked at parisexposed.com, and that's where these folks downloaded it from, and we got it via peer-to-peer file sharing network. Yeah, it's lame, but we counted it.
We're counting it.
Okay. Pickaxe, pickaxe, baby seals must die. Okay. Here's the one that's really scary. Mick, do you mind if I take this?
No, take it, please.
This one is frightening. This is the sad tale of Mr. N. The name has been anonymized to protect his safety. So, Mr. N was a decent student in Iraq. He went and got some medical degrees in anesthesia and anesthesia tech. Got great grades. Come to find out, Mr. N wanted to help the U.S. forces based in Iraq, fighting.
Yeah, he wanted to be a translator and a local aid.
A translator and local aid. From the best we can determine, actually did some ride-alongs with some folks and spent some time in the field with the U.S. soldiers because it said so in his recommendation letter. Great, from a particular general for a particular person, and from the Department of the Army, and we will quote, "This particular individual, Mr. N, is forced to live a secret life that he must hide from family and friends to protect them, as well as himself, from torture and certain death at the hands of terrorists." So,
But wait, it gets worse.
he applies for asylum to the U.S., including names, addresses, and identifying information of relatives where they can be contacted in Iraq so that when he comes to the U.S. they can confirm with him and so forth. All the appropriate documentation for the paperwork, including the reference letter that he's putting himself in danger. So what do you think if a terrorist that he's in danger from finds this on a peer-to-peer file sharing network like we did? They don't have the internet in Iraq. Okay, so what do you think the implications of something like that are? Think about it. Ouch. Okay, so that was the fun stuff. So potentially this guy is sharing stuff on a file sharing network that could potentially get him killed. I mean, really, that's kind of frightening. Okay, so a bit about the ethics. Do the folks here, do you think they're sharing this type of stuff? Probably not. In most cases, we don't think that they do. And in most cases, from my opinion, it's probably their 13-year-old kid getting ready to play World of Warcraft and wants to, steal some music while he's playing Warcraft, so he loads up the peer-to-peer file sharing stuff and shares everything on the drive. Where we have all the appropriate information, we've sent some letters and are in the process of sending more to these folks so that we can say, hey, we found this stuff on file sharing networks. You may want to reconsider that. This stuff is out there. We've had it and we've destroyed it. And by the way, we're presenting it at conference. So. Okay, so we talked about some challenges.
Yeah, there's been quite a few problems with doing it. A lot of the Gnutella tools like LimeWire and BearShare.
Can everybody hear Mick?
All right, cool. A lot of those tools are very difficult to script. They're all GUI-based and not under much active development. And so when we were using tools like Acquisition and Poisoned, which we found to be the best GUI-based tools on the initial round of searching, that it was rather difficult to find what we were looking for. There's quite a few problems, technical challenges. Depending on what time of day you connect, you're going to have a larger or smaller mesh to connect to. Also, there's just going to be different people hopping in and out throughout the day. So we've went around and tried to find some tools that we really liked and started doing some scripting for things that we couldn't get any other tool to do. And so what we're beginning here is a project that we're calling Cactus, much love to the PLA. And we're going to be setting up a site at paul.com.com/cactusproject, and that will help guide you in doing this sort of recon on your own.
And a bunch of tools as well. And we're really short on time, so we're going to move this real fast.
Okay. Due to time constraints, we're not going to go over the Gnutella protocol in great depth. We already talked a bit about the framework here. So the best tool that we found is called Gnutella. It's an older command line Unix-based tool, and it has a lot of neat features. For instance, the one that we found most powerful is the requery period. It's a variable that you can set that allows you to automatically requery either a single search string or an entire file containing different targets that you want to look for. It supports auto-downloading, which is great, except you're getting a lot of bad, evil, malicious stuff. So be cognizant of that. It also allows you to do auto-compares of the downloaded files so that if somebody's shared the same file all over the place and you download it, it will do the MD5 and SHA-1 checksums and will only keep one local copy of that. It also has smarter filtering. It supports regex so that you can do some filters against some of the other things. But it's still what we're calling a line net, just like the type of thing where you trawl in the sea and it will catch every damn thing in there. This does that. But it's best compared to some of the other tools. The Gnutella protocol, it's in version 0.6. It's a bit of an odd protocol. And the reason we have the Balls of Fury reference is that when nodes connect... Well,
you said balls.
I did. When nodes connect, they send out a ping, and then the different hosts that are available and meet the requirements of bandwidth and utilization will respond with a pong. And this can go back and forth until you generate your mesh. Once you've connected your mesh, you're then going to send out query requests to the different folks, which is a bit weird. The neat thing about Gnutella is that these query requests and query hit packets are very easy to hack, and they're mutable. The whole reason why whenever you do a search string for Mick Douglas naked at the Met or Larry Pesce naked on Broad Street...
It happened.
The reason that that works is there are clients that will accept a query string, and then they respond with your query string as a variable, live at whatever, or greatest hits, or .mp3 or whatever, but it's not an MP3, it's that setup.exe. So it's hard to find good tools, and what we want to do is, from a recon standpoint, is come up with ways to actually do this more in a white hat manner so that we're not exposing the sharing, so that we're just doing more passive listening. And one of the tools that we've made is called Cactus Lurker. It's a script that doesn't share files. It doesn't have that capability. It doesn't even load files. It won't fetch files. We use Gnutella for this, and it's a great tool. But what it will do is it will Pong. It will try to connect to as many Gnutella meshes as possible, and then it just passively records what the query strings are that are coming from these nodes. It's very handy if you have a particular piece of intellectual property or you're a music company and you want to see what people are requesting. You can just do this and you have your log of who's looking for what. The other thing that we're working on is a tool called Cactus Filter, which is an attempt to help screen out some of these bogus query responses, and then also do some auto cleaning of the ones that come in with the malware, so that we have less of a amount of cruft to sift through. I don't know about you, but I thought that was actually
a lot of crap.
Yeah, it was the most painful part of the project.
Okay, and we're being told time.
Okay, so the future of it, you know, if we get this going, we're going to do the Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come.
Contact us at psw@paul.com. Come see us in the booth this weekend.
Yep.
And some conclusions. Apparently, their security education isn't reaching the unwashed masses about what they're sharing. So,
but still keep trying.
Yeah. And clearly, folks are sharing too much on peer-to-peer file sharing networks, whether it be at home or in corporate networks, and the goods are out there. So this is us, and that's your data. Sayonara.
Sorry about the projectors, guys.
We made it work. Thank you. Yes.
No, the heart was actually getting that video. That was what scared me.
Are you? Great.
It was down.
Do you want
Shinned in for the Wi-Fi talk. I'm the replacement guy.
Okay. Do you want to use a handheld mic, podium mic?